Hello, everybody. We're back. I think I've just blasted everyone's ears again. Oh man, we're back. It is wonderful Thursday for you guys, Thursday mornings, and or whenever you guys listen to this.
Of course.
Before we talk about today's juicy podcast, this is mostly going to be about politics again because Trump is getting impeached right now
As
we
we
talk.
speak,
As we
yes.
speak, yes. So before all of that, how you doing, Nick?
I am doing okay, and for this second podcast of the week, our coffee has been upgraded to now
Yes.
include alcohol.
Yes, this
Yes.
is superbly awesome. Nick has already drunk like a 3/4 of his, and I have barely touched mine. So
It's been a long day. I don't mean that for the alcohol. I mean I'm tired, and I need this to get through the podcast.
I don't think people are gonna blame me if you drink alcohol after a long day, mate. Because
See, that's not me though. Like I've said that phrase. It's been a long day. Hand me a drink. I've never meant it though. I've never had that like physical urge. Like I need alcohol. I'm bad.
I've never
and-
seen you drink alcohol after a long day. So this is
I mean, I will, but not for that reason.
yeah,
It's like because
to
I
enjoy
want
yourself.
it's an enjoyment. That's
yeah.
it.
But this is definitely upgraded our coffee. It's
I'll
good.
drink coffee after a long day. That's my de-stressor. Something that usually gives people more anxiety, which is
Coffee's
interesting.
prime. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
coffee's prime. I'm gonna take my. So guys, I'm wearing a cardigan right now,
yes.
and I'm heavily sweating because this thing's fur.
Don't overheat. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
and I am. My armpits are going. My pores are just
Yes.
sweating heavily, and I need to take this off.
Wow.
What?
It should be noted, Devesh has been working out, or at least it looks like he has.
No, this is like atrophied arms.
Is it? Hold on. No, that
It's atrophied, man, dude.
Okay.
It looks worked out, but
well,
it's just
atrophy looks
atrophied
really
muscle.
good on you. It has to be said.
What, this?
Yes,
Oh,
you look muscular.
yeah, that's from all the masturbation. I'm kidding, everybody. Oh my goodness. No, I do some woodwork in the backyard.
Is that what they call it now?
Yeah. That's what they call it these days. No, my mom had built a stove last year, so they built a brick stove.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the garden.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we have a garden behind our porch, and there's this little area that's where the basement comes out of,
Yeah.
and it's just cemented, and that's where they built the stove. And I usually go down and cut some wood, because they use it for the stove. So
Nice.
that's what I've been doing. It's not hard to find wood, but it's hard to cut it down.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually because it's moist and it's been sitting in a pile of wood with wet
That-
wood.
That usually doesn't make it harder to cut, though.
Trust me, it does. It just makes it like, especially smaller branches, because when you're trying to cut them, they're flexible because of the water,
Yeah.
and so they don't break. So I have to use pliers to cut them. And then
Smaller branches.
yeah, but
What are you using to cut smaller branches?
they're already been cut. Like so, we've been chipping down our trees in
Yeah.
the backyard for years,
Yeah.
and we throw all the wood
Yeah.
in this no man's land between our neighbors.
Okay, yeah.
It's mostly our land.
Yeah.
But that's where our wood is. So I take it out of there, and then I cut it down so it fits in the stove.
Yeah.
But most of this wood is wet because it's been sitting in a puddle.
You should take some time and build yourself a dry rack.
I have built it, but it's usually for sticks after they've been cut. I need to really get a bigger rack or a tarp to put over the wood.
Your rack should include a tarp. to
The
keep
rack's
things
in
dry.
the shed, so I have a little mini tractor shed, and
Okay.
the cut wood goes in the shed, so it's
You
dry.
need to build yourself or buy yourself a bigger rack.
Yeah, I just need to build it, just like with sheer plywood.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll take
Let's
some
take a
time.
moment to point out your childishness of when I said, buy yourself a bigger rack. Because you laughed. I'm assuming you're laughed because of the reasons.
I didn't get that. Wait, what? What did I miss?
I said that you should buy or build yourself a bigger rack, and you laughed. I can only assume you laughed under childhood reasons,
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
unless I'm mistaken.
No,
Because I didn't say anything funny.
No, you're right. Buy myself a bigger rack.
Yeah.
All right. So today,
Right. Moving on from Devesh's rack.
yes, I don't want to talk about me cutting wood in the backyard and like I don't mind me. I can talk about it all day, but we need to focus on what's going on live right now.
Sure you could. This is more important.
This is more important.
So please, everybody, drink your coffee.
Yeah.
Give your dominant hand a break and join us for some political debate.
All right, let's take a sip.
All right, here we go.
No noise, because that's disgusting.
What?
The noise what I make when I sip coffee is disgusting. So I just do no noise now.
Okay.
Because you know that thing we do, this go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't slurp mine, but yeah.
yeah, and that supposedly adds to the coffee experience.
Interesting.
I don't think it does, but
I
apparently it
find
does.
what adds to my coffee experience tends to be either
Jizz. No, I'm kidding.
no. I was gonna say either the company or the view.
The view, definitely.
Yeah.
Company, yeah. I don't care much about the company. I'll enjoy it more if I'm alone, in
Yeah.
peace.
I find sometimes I feel like the company will improve the coffee, and sometimes the coffee is
I'm not
just
saying
helping
that.
you get to ignore the company.
I'm not saying that you being here ruins the coffee. I'm just saying like that serenity, being peaceful alone somewhere with that grander view makes it a little bit nicer.
I usually find the first sip of coffee the best part of my day.
Fair point. Yeah.
Not so much at home, but like at our coffee shop, True North. Mm-hmm. To like, and like sounds like an exaggeration. It's not. Mm-hmm. That first sip to me feels like a whole body experience.
Okay.
Because I actually feel the shockwave of like all my nerves waking up.
Okay, so you're having coffee gasms, basically.
Basically, yes.
Jesus. All right.
I'm not kidding. Like
In
I
public,
actually
Nick?
feel.
Damn.
Yes.
No, you've seen me have food orgasms and food gasms they're called.
I
in public.
remember going to a fair with you in which we looked all over for bacon wrapped sausage, I think it was.
We got to tell the story. So the first time Nick took me to the state fair was a long time ago.
Well, not a state fair. We went to.
It's a state fair.
It's a state fair. Okay, state fair. We went. Trying to remember what the hell it's called now. The name of it.
What, the fair?
Yeah. No, it was Topsfield Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the oldest going. It's the longest going fair in the country, actually.
Yeah.
I believe so.
It
Yes.
has all the fried foods and like
Yes, it does.
it has some rides and stuff like that.
Of course, and games and overly priced food with
Yep.
minimum quantities. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So
And not always in recent years, but for a long time it was known for Robinson's Racing Pigs.
yeah, which got removed.
Yes.
Yeah, and now they do horses.
Yes. I think there was emus one year.
Yes, I don't remember being there, but I heard about it.
Yes.
But and now they're just in a pen now. They
Yeah.
don't do much events.
And we've made it a tradition to go. So.
No, the pig race is back.
Oh yeah.
The pig race is back. You weren't there. I went with my college friends.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think I missed it this
it
year.
was 2 years ago. But it's a pig. It happens once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's like by a blue trailer on the back, so you have to really find it.
Yeah.
It's like right by the entrance. It's stupid.
But it's a quality fare. So.
Yeah.
I understand Devesh's food orgasms, hunting down his bacon-covered anything
Okay, back then
for
I
his
was heavily.
addiction to bacon.
Well, no. The context is needed.
Okay, sure.
Because back then I was really influenced by Ron Swanson.
Okay.
He's a man who's fondly known for his meat love, but he loves bacon the most.
Okay.
You know, and back then I just thought that bacon would be really nice, and then when I started having it more, I was like, okay, it's good. It's very nice.
All right.
And when we went to the fair, there's a vendor who's selling bacon wrapped sausages.
Yes.
I mean, how could you not have such a commodity? So I had it, the one thing, and then we left.
Yeah.
Thinking that when I come back a couple of years after, it'd still be there.
Yeah.
I was
there.
under the wrong impression. They're not there anymore.
We should make our own bacon wrapped sausages for the podcast.
We can do a cook off over here.
Oh, we should.
Just do it in your kitchen. We just cook.
Yeah.
Two bratwursts and then wrap them in bacon.
All right. I like that idea.
But we got to pre-wrap the bacon before we roast it.
Okay.
It's weird, but
Yeah.
because once it hardens, you can't really wrap it.
Understood.
You know about it.
Yes.
You made bacon before. I haven't.
I don't think you make. Do you make bacon technically? I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure you do. You make it, I guess. You just cook it.
You cook it, but it's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm very picky about my bacon, though, and I have really. It's been a long time since I've had it done properly. I feel like.
The only time we've ever had it together was either at Bickford's, which is a small little breakfast restaurant nearby.
We do not endorse Bigford's. I'm gonna say that. I don't think.
We just had it once. Like
Yeah, we
we've
had
never
it.
been there again. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, and I don't see us going back.
Oh, there's a reason?
For me, there is.
Oh, my phone's going off. Excuse me.
Yeah,
everybody.
I won't go to Bigford's again.
Is it because The LGBTQ reasons?
What? No, that's something else. No,
Oh.
I won't go to Big Fridge again on account of what was undoubtedly the most pitiful excuse for a biscuit I've ever had.
You gotta
You
explain
don't
it.
remember?
Give me
Oh,
context.
so a few years ago, I went to New Orleans with my family for Christmas. Came back, hung out with Devesh and Eric.
Okay.
We go for Big Fridge. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna have a biscuit.
Oh, that was the time we met.
Yeah, and it pales in comparison to having a biscuit from down south.
Oh, yeah, you
And they
did
bring
say
me this little thing that's cut in half. It's small and pitiful and dried out and whatever. And the guy puts it down in front of me. I'll stare at it. I'm just blankly staring. I'm like, huh? What the? And I look at him. And I look back. I look at him again. I'm like, this total confusion. He's like, is everything okay? I'm like, sure. The moment he walks away, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? It's the saddest excuse for... And then I took a bite, and I don't know how to phrase this properly.
Was he even good?
It wasn't good, but worse than not being good, there was this weird, like, fringe extra taste to it.
Oh, like refrigerated taste?
I don't know if it's like refrigerated taste or like, and I can't believe it's not butter taste. But
Okay.
this weird thing that's like, this is bread, it's not good bread, and then there's like something else in here,
Probably
just like an
stale bread.
aftertaste that just ruined it.
It's probably refrigeration taste, mate.
Probably.
We get it all the time.
I bet the past times I've been there, they're known more for like the pancake specials they do, but you can find better places to go to.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to go to have a good breakfast, just go to IHOP.
Yeah.
IHOP's now quality breakfast.
If I want to have some quality breakfast, in our
That's
town,
weird, though.
Where is it? The Friendly Toast.
Friendly Toast. Yes.
That's the place to go.
Fantastic.
Or my mom's kitchen.
Or your mom's kitchen.
Some
I have never
quality
had your
pancakes.
mom's breakfast, but
Oh.
no, I've had. I've had.
Have you had the pancakes she does?
Yeah, I've had. We at
Dude,
at your New York house.
Oh, no, you haven't had these then. These are different.
Okay.
Okay. So, quick note, and then we should probably get back to
Save
politics.
me one. Just
Yeah.
FedEx me.
Yeah.
UPS me. Just go for it.
Okay, yeah, sure. No, so my mom actually does these special pancakes, and they're not made with flour or any of the usual stuff. They're actually made with like oatmeal and I think cottage cheese as well. And yeah, but completely different ingredients than regular pancakes. Yet they taste delicious and the same, and they're a lot healthier for you, along with fresh fruit as well. So.
I almost had a food gasm right there, just thinking about it. You know, that was
Yep.
just.
You are that susceptible.
I
It's
like
it's really good though.
I like having food gas about stuff I like. So it's I don't know. I like having food. It's just
That's
my,
fair.
My metabolism's now crapped out on me, so I
Yeah.
can't really have that much food.
Yeah. Food's meant to be enjoyed in moderation.
I forgot the moderation part.
Yeah, that's a bit important.
Where am I? Prison? Moderation over here? Jesus. We're living in
Okay.
America.
Right. Speaking of America, it is Wednesday the 13th at the time of this
Yes.
recording. And the president is about to make history, probably, in being impeached for the second time.
Yep. Oh, it's happened. Has it happened?
Has it?
Let's load.
Let's-
So we're plugged into the CNN's live feed right now. They're updating us. Okay, live feed. The most live thing that's come in is McConnell makes clear no Senate trial before Biden is sworn in. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has made it clear in a statement to a fellow senator that President Trump's impeachment trial won't start until January.
It's official.
19th. It's official?
Yeah.
How's the
The vote was 232 to 197, with all Democrats joined by 10 Republicans in a House chamber guarded by National Guard troops stationed throughout the Capitol and its grounds. Actually, I also
Nice.
believe they're upgrading the amount of National Guard to 20,000.
But Republicans still keep skipping the metal detector tests. It's been a constant issue.
That's a thing?
Yeah, they just don't go through metal detectors.
Of course it is.
A lot of them carry guns
Well,
in the Capitol.
okay.
I would be really concerned. But anywho, let's read the full. I don't want to read full the statement, but we'll read some of it. The House of Representatives has voted to impeach President Trump. The Senate will process. The Senate process will begin now. Can't read. The Senate process will now begin at our first regular meeting following the receipt of the article from the House.
Yeah.
Given the rules and procedure, yada yada yada, they have it lasted 83 days and 37. Lasted 83 days, 37 days, and 21 days, respectively. What are they talking about? So that's impeachment trials. Okay, so they're talking about 3 different trials,
Okay.
impeachment trials, each listing from going from 83 days, 37 days to 21 days. Even if the Senate were to begin this week and move promptly, no final verdict could be reached until after President Trump had left office.
Yeah.
This is not a decision I'm making. It is a fact. President-elect himself started last week that his inauguration on January 20th is the quickest path for any change in the occupant of the presidency. They're talking about Biden now.
Yeah.
In light for the reality, I believe it will best serve our nation if Congress and the executive branch spend the next 7 days completely focused on facilitating a safe inauguration and an orderly transfer of power to incoming Biden administration.
Yes.
So this they're talking about a safe inauguration because
They're hoping.
because what I said last time, which what I predicted last time would happen was just gunshots would just go promptly fire into the inauguration. Knowing our nation's history and the people that support Trump,
Yeah.
that's
It's
most likely to happen.
possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like McCollum makes clear no Senate trial before Biden is sworn in. So there won't be any trial, and Trump will remain at least in office for the next week or so. Yeah.
Well, the entire Senate has to vote him off,
True.
so that's less likely.
7 days to go.
Yeah.
What will he do?
I'm surprised Pence didn't invoke 25th Amendment, but
I'm not really.
really?
I really don't expect much from Pence. Yeah.
Well, I would expect that he would do something for himself.
Yes. Just as another note with the impeachment, there's a lot that we couldn't
missed.
possibly all cover.
Yeah.
But please check out other news sources for what else has been going on with the government. Because, this whole charade has been going on. And actually, not charade, but, all this tragedy has been going on. The government's managed to get a lot of stuff passed and so on that most people would usually be outraged about, but is not that it's important, but it is made pretty minuscule in face of what's been going on at the Capitol
Yeah.
and the impeachment. So please check in with what else has been going on in the news and with politics
Well,
currently.
we can cover it. We'll go through it. We'll see how much we can cover considering we have a
course.
limited amount of time.
Yes,
But it's only been 20 minutes since the podcast, so we got plenty of time to cover.
we do. We do indeed.
Jim Jordan was hoping less Republicans have voted to impeach Trump. Well, under what circumstance would they vote less? He did just invoke people to raid the Capitol
Well,
and claimed he was inciting less violence in his speech.
didn't you hear Trump's speech? That was not violence. That was them showing support by breaking in.
Oh, yeah.
That was support.
And the
Supposedly.
speech you missed
Yes.
on Twitter talked about how Trump basically said, I support everyone who is committing violence, quote unquote. I'm not saying word to word.
Yeah.
I could get citations needed. I could get it wrong.
Yeah.
But basically, he said, I support everyone who's raiding a Capitol right now, but we don't want any violence. And I was like, well, thanks for supporting, but I don't know. I don't know. I've lost it, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Something funky's going on with my microphone, but we'll leave it out.
Yes.
I don't know why it's been acting weird.
All right.
I'm gonna adjust it as we go along because I don't want to.
Yes.
Feels like I'm just.
Other news with Trump, he is calling for no violence for the inauguration, but
Is he gonna be there?
I'm not sure if he'll be there. He said he won't be.
Was Obama there for Trump?
I don't know.
Let's check
but
it. Okay, you check it.
All right.
So these are the 10 GOP members who voted to impeach Trump, and I'm going to read them out. Republican Dan Newhouse from Washington, Republican John Katko of New York, Republican Jamie Herrera, Butler, apologies to Jamie, of Washington, Republican Adam Kinzinger, I
What is
cannot.
this? Sorry, what are you reading off?
Kinzinger
Okay.
of Illinois. It's the president Republicans who voted for Trump.
Okay. Yeah. No, so I looked it up. In fact, so yeah, I should remember this. But Trump is actually also making history in another stupid sense as not being at the inauguration. And as far as who was at his, Obama, Joe Biden was, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, George Bush, Dan Quayle, Dick Cheney, and Hillary all were at Trump's inauguration.
It reminds me of this quote from Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
It goes, "I would not expect much from a man who has lost his pride."
Sure.
And that reminded me of that quote now.
You know, here's the thing. People might say, good, I don't want Trump at the inauguration. No, I want him there.
I want to see his face.
I don't want him to say anything, but it pisses me off extra that he's not going to be there.
He's been
At
acting
least
like...
show up.
Yeah.
He has in no way been a good loser. He's been a sore-ass fucking loser.
Exactly.
But show up. This is just another thing about him that pissed me off that he won't go. I'm sure if he did, he might try to incite more violence potentially, or make a scene. But I'd want him there. Just like, quit being a little shit.
He's just been... Anything he's done in the past election, like leading up to the voting... So
and people talk about, oh, he's different and stuff, and it's good to be different at times. But like,
No.
at this point, get the fucking line.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
People have been throwing clues at you for way longer than anyone has been.
Yeah.
To any president.
Right.
And you don't pick them up these days.
Yeah.
So.
One of the podcasts I used to listen to did an episode right after Trump got elected, before the inauguration. And they were honest, but they weren't trying to be mean, but they were like, maybe he's going to stop, Maybe all this, like, the nonsense and the stories and the rhetoric was just to get him into office, and maybe he's actually going to buckle down.
Yeah.
And they were honest, like, I really hope that it's what happens. Because you cannot like someone, but you want them the best for the country, and you want them to do the best. And since then, people on that podcast have, it's kind of changed hands as far as who's on there, so I don't watch anymore. But I'd love to see where they're at now with talking about Trump. Because it's just... They were so wrong. But they had so much hope in the way they talked about him.
Hope can be misleading.
Yeah.
Really, especially in these times.
Yeah.
Who's like... So there's this guy, by the way, people who don't know on the podcast, who predicts election every year, and he hasn't gotten anything wrong ever. So let me look it up. You can have dead air. Guesses the election results every year. Lol. The historian correctly predicted every presidential election. And I saw the video from him. It's pretty smart. He has an algorithm that he uses to predict the presidential election every year. And he's been doing it since 1984. This WPR, the Wisconsin Public Radio article says. Yeah. And he picked Biden to win, and he won. Against all odds.
Interesting.
Whatever odds they were. What is his name? Come on, we gotta find his name.
Yeah. So actually, I'm looking it up. Much again trustworthiness on New York Post. Even though, so it looks like the last time an incumbent president skipped the successor's celebration was 1869.
What was this?
I'm still trying to get more information. This article is very lacking. But 1869 was the last time any incumbent president skipped the successor's inauguration.
Yeah.
And
well, if they're acting a little bitch, then sure. Yeah. By the way, the professor.
So let's see. There's been 3 who skipped formal inaugurations, and Richard Nixon who departed the White House beforehand. So.
Yeah. The person who predicts the presidential election every year. His name is Alan Lichtman. Or Lichtman.
Yeah.
He's an American University professor who has been guessing it since 1984, and he guessed Donald Trump in 2016.
Huh.
So
Yeah, but these Simpsons guessed Donald Trump.
they didn't really guess it.
They predicted.
It wasn't even prediction mate. It was just an idea back then.
Yeah, that he would do it on an escalator. Too. That happened.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a prediction. It was just the show. Which is this is what that pisses me off.
I get
is
that.
a lot of people go Simpsons predicted this. They didn't predict it. Back then, it was just a cartoon doing.
No,
something.
I get that, and there is the whole video of like, is the creator of Simpson a time traveler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and hey, possibly he is. He possibly is. But as of now, since he confirms that he is a time traveler, I'm just gonna say it was just a show with the cartoon that just seems to get a lot of things right.
I do find it interesting the idea that a time traveler would come back to this time because I'm sure things are hopefully getting better.
Dude, if
Oh,
you
that'd be terrible if he came back to this time because this is the best it's going to be. And then decides to make a cartoon about the future.
Dude,
Occasionally about the future.
if you look hard enough, Ben 10 will get something right as a cartoon, right? But
That was a quality cartoon, okay?
Ben 10?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a wrong cartoon. I'm just saying eventually
Oh, no,
you'll
I
get
just want
something
that
right
to
too.
be of note.
By the way, Ben 10 was a great cartoon. I enjoyed it. It was thoroughly part of my childhood.
And now, of course, they've
Oh,
revamped it, and it's terrible again.
Let's not talk about the revamped versions ever. Okay.
A note to all,
Goddamn cartoon.
Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon: stop revamping your shows.
Just replay
Just make
them.
new stuff. Don't ruin good things.
If you don't have a good idea, just replay it.
Yes.
Just replay it. It's already was gold back then.
Yeah.
Okay. And then right now it's more childy and cartoony and or bubbly and curvy, and it's like,
Because they make it out like a kid said, I can't handle the same ideas that we grew up with.
dude, we grew up with
film.
I grew up with what was his face in Teen Titans? The wolf boy getting
Beast Boy.
What?
Beast Boy?
Beast Boy getting slammed against the wall with a truck in his face.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, is he dead? No. Fine.
How
Now
about we just talk about all the demented stuff? Or not demented, but like the very fringe topics that show covered whenever Raven was majorly featured in an episode.
yeah.
That show got dark.
Yeah. I think that was supposed to be like that. But
Yeah.
what are we teaching kids these days? You know? If I have a kid in the future, I am damn sure like I'm not going to show that kid what.
You're just gonna buy old DVD copies of your shows from a childhood.
Bro,
and
I
show
have a
them that?
collection of Tom and Jerry DVDs in my basement, just sitting there, and
Yeah.
sometimes I binge watch them in my DVR. Like,
Yeah.
I've been a fiend of Tom and Jerry, but I'm not showing him any of the new cartoons. No Fortnite, no garbage shit. He's gonna see all the vintage crap.
All right.
Okay,
Oh, you're gonna show him.
and I'm gonna
Looney
give him a
Tunes
button
then.
Nokia as a first.
Looney
phone.
Tunes then too.
Looney's quality. But I gotta show him the quality stuff that I saw.
What kind of mentality
Unless he
does
doesn't like
a person have if you have them grow up on a heavy diet of Tom and Jerry and Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner?
Pretty mature one.
I feel like that's a pretty vindictive, vengeful one.
Why?
You were seriously?
Okay, no, I get it. Like what? But like.
Possibly. Obviously, there's a lot of other things, but I'm just saying those.
Well, it
two.
depends on how you view the cartoon, right? I always took pity on Tom and the not the Roadrunner, who's the other guy?
Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
I always took pity on those guys.
I always took pity on Squidward.
I never saw. You know, I've never seen SpongeBob.
I did not know that, or I did, and I'm being reminded of it, and I forgot.
Yeah, I've seen maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes of SpongeBob only in school. As a part of requirement, we saw it in a class, and that's it. Or someone made me see it, but I've never seen SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And I get it; it's a fun cartoon, but I don't think I'm gonna go back and rewatch SpongeBob because
There's really no point.
yeah, I just grown out of it, and there's no point in it. Did the lights just flicker? What?
Did they?
What?
Did they?
I thought I did.
The ghost might be back.
There's a ghost
Or it's
in
faulty
here.
wiring. One or the other.
Oh god,
Or you blinked and didn't realize it.
probably did. My sleep schedule is getting better. I got a decent sleep. Not last night, but the night before. I was in a very good mood,
Yeah.
and then last night I didn't get such much good sleep. I fell off my bed at 2 in the morning.
Why?
I think I have a sleep syndrome or whatever.
Oh.
Where I punch when I'm sleeping or whatever, or like,
that's not good.
or if I'm having a bad dream, I like flick stuff or I do
Oh.
physical hand movements. And last night I just fell off the bed and I hit my head and I woke up and I was like, shit, what the hell? And then I
Oh.
had to get myself on the bed. That's been happening for the last month.
Was
So,
it
If it gets worse, I'd go check it by a
I
doctor.
don't know about that. Maybe you're just dreaming.
So the syndrome is when you hit the REM, like certain dreams will make you like kick or move your hand really
Because
quickly.
that happened to me. Because what was it? I started. I think I dreamed I was in some scenario. Either I fell or I was like tripping over something, and I didn't realize I physically like flinched. But I guess it was excessive, and I did it a few times. Because I wake up to my girlfriend and be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because she's freaking out.
Oh God.
Because like I fell asleep and she was just sitting there. I was like, "What just What just happened? Like, what are you talking about?" It's like you were kicking violently. Like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, I think I was dreaming. Shit.
It's surprising how you can't remember any dreams after you left them.
Oh yeah.
You woke it
No.
up. Sometimes if it's a good dream, I'll try to like remember it, especially has naked women in there. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not
Also,
not
it's
often.
weird the way sleep works, and we're going off topic. Sleep works where
Oh, we can go any
oh yeah,
topic.
where things because the last thing you remember goes right next to what you remember when you woke up,
Yeah.
and that happened to me when I was at my girlfriend's place. I don't remember. I was in like we fell asleep next to each other, and last thing I remember is just us talking or whatever. I was like, good memory or whatever, and I fell asleep right in that position, just kind of like laying down on my stomach, and I slept for hours, and I didn't move at all. Whatever. When I woke up screaming from a Charlie horse and like cramp on my leg.
Oh yeah.
So understand, in my mind, I don't recall sleeping. I remember 1 second talking about my girlfriend. Next second, I remember screaming. That's how my mind did that. Like there was no memory of sleep. It just cut to that. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's a partial REM sleep, my dude.
Yeah, like no time passed.
That's
Yeah.
what dolphins do. You know because you know what dolphins do.
No, I don't. Please tell me.
So dolphins put half their brain asleep at a time, so they can breathe
Yeah,
continuously breathe because their breathing is not autonomous.
Yeah.
Like ours.
yeah,
And so they sleep half a brain at a time. But what our brain does sometimes is you go half asleep. So if you're not prepared for a sleep and the brain forces you to sleep,
yeah.
then you wake up in a shock and not knowing that you slept.
That makes sense. Under the particular circumstances, I was not 100% prepared to sleep.
So when I had my appointment with the psychologist back last year because I was dealing with mental health issues,
Yeah.
they told me that that's completely normal, and when you wake up, you get some sort of like trauma in your chest where you wake up and you're like, oh my God.
Huh. Interesting.
And that's completely normal. You
Yeah.
get over that very quickly,
Oh,
but
okay.
it does leave trauma that you kind of have to deal with. Just
Interesting.
process it over time.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't take naps. I am physically afraid to take naps unless I plan it ahead of time.
See, I can't take naps. I have to be deathly tired
Yeah.
to take naps.
Yeah,
I don't.
like
And it's
stayed
not,
up
even-
night
not even a
before.
nap at that point. It's me passing out.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, just sheer exhaustion. I can't be like, you know what? I'm a little tired. I'm gonna take a nap. It won't happen. It's like me being dead to the world. Usually means I fall asleep on my phone.
Jesus. Well, that's not bad. I mean, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, it would help if I didn't have to wake up early in the morning and my phone was my alarm and it wasn't charged
Yeah.
in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something I used to do freshman year. And I think it's like, it got me on a psychotic break at one point or whatnot. But I used to, uppers and downers.
Yeah, of course.
So I used to take a downer, and just to contradict that, I used to take an upper.
Okay. Why?
Just because, like, freshman year, I think I had, like, heavy insomnia. And I was just, like, afraid of going to sleep or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was dealing with, like, crisis
Yeah.
situations.
Freshman year, I got into. I'd be up long hours, not because I had to be. I just couldn't sleep.
Yep.
I got to the point I constantly, and I still kind of am,
Yeah.
constantly needed to have something playing in the background to fall asleep.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
A thing about sleep, though, I came to find out that because my phone is set to go off for alarm, but not the usual alarm. It's set to my iTunes account. Back when I had iTunes.
Yeah.
Me and my roommate apparently woke up to the same song playing on our phones
Okay.
at 10 minutes apart.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And neither one of us knew till the third roommate told us.
Which,
So we both woke up to the same country song.
okay, but like, how did the third roommate know?
Because two phones went off within 10 minutes of each other
But
playing
playing
music.
the same song. Oh, it's an alarm thing.
Both, yes.
So I am an
Because
Android
both of us
user.
woke up, turned it, more or less, once we got up enough, turned it off and kept going. It just woke him. Yeah, that was the annoying thing for my roommates is I got up first before anybody else. So
Yeah.
I'm constantly just, my alarm's going, I gotta get up.
But you lived in a quad, my dude, or is triple?
No, triple.
Triple. I lived in a dual,
Yeah.
but it was way smaller than any of your space. Like it was a minuscule rooming.
Wait, you lived in a what? A double?
Like my freshman dorm.
Oh.
Like it was so at Merrimack College, dorms are usually like
Yeah.
chosen for your freshman
Right.
year.
But you lived in a double or a single?
It was a double,
Yeah.
and it was tight. And
Mine was, I guarantee you had more room than I did.
probably
Because our triple was in an L shape. So the
Oh.
space that was actually my space
okay.
accounts for.
You gotta say.
You see the table we're using right now?
Okay, so that's like maybe a meter and a.
Because my
quarter.
space actually was. So the room is in an L shape. The space I had
Yeah.
to work in has, like, desk one side, bed.
Yeah.
I had an L shape, so probably altogether,
1.3
about my
meters.
actual walking space is this dining room table.
Okay.
Not in this shape, but like about this.
Okay, so I probably
So
had a bigger.
yeah. I could reach my desk from the bed. I
That-
could reach my dresser from the bed.
That's quality, but at the same time, it's kind of like hyperventilating.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's a
Freshman
lot.
dorms
Plus, I
suck.
have to walk past both my roommates' setups to get to my space.
Oh, that
So-
sucks.
It wasn't that bad, but also I kind of chose that space anyway, and it wasn't that bad either. I actually had a window.
You had a window.
Yes, I had a window and a little like heater
Yeah.
in the window because the window was like indented into the wall.
Yeah.
Which worked for the winter because I would take my blanket,
Yeah.
put it like balled up, put it on the heater.
Yeah.
So by nighttime, it was all warm and toasty.
Okay, that's quality. Then.
Yes, it is.
Because so our heater was fine during the winter,
Yeah. Oh no, the heat worked, but nice having that like just warm blanket was good.
but the thing about our heaters was
Yeah.
they weren't serviced
Yeah.
before the school began,
Mm-hmm.
and so the common issue with the freshman dorm heater was that they
Yeah.
would turn into supernova during the summer periods.
Okay.
And I was only like part of first semester and then the end of second semester.
Okay.
But mostly part of the first semester when it was like September, October, and the heat was still going.
Yeah.
And the heaters would just come on randomly.
Okay.
And if it's like 80 degrees in a room, you don't want the heater on, but you
Yeah.
don't have control over that. And they would power up like full power.
Yeah.
But they were on low. And so we would be fearing for our life, thinking what the hell would be high setting.
Yeah. That reminds me of our high school where the AC didn't turn on for like the last 2 weeks
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
of school because that's when it turned on and they had no control over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our high school had a lot of problems architecturally.
Yeah. But okay, so what I do remember from the last 2 weeks, because I was more like just doing whatever the hell I
2
wanted,
weeks of
like end of the school,
college, high school,
high school.
high school. Okay.
We're talking about high school, right?
Yeah, for senior year or
Senior year. Like
okay, let's go.
when
All
you
right, let's go senior
graduated.
year. Yeah.
So the last 2 weeks that you were talking about when the
Yeah.
winter, I didn't give a shit,
Yeah.
right? I was just roaming about to school.
Oh, yeah.
Usually the periods.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know about this.
Of course.
I just didn't show up to class at periods, and I just go take a bathroom break and not come
damn.
back.
Yeah.
And because I think I was in an internship. That's why.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I was a
You got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, but the water, the heater, not the heater, the air condition wouldn't work. So the water that crusted over started melting from the heat, the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And I don't think if you remember, but it would start creating these pools of water randomly throughout the hallways.
Yeah.
And you would always see janitor just cleaning it up, or you just slip on one, or you just step in a puddle. And everyone thought it was sewage water. And that's because I started that rumor. And I know it was a shit period, but it was super fun starting that rumor.
Yeah.
I think I first told who the hell? It was a crap. It was my history class. I think it was with my teacher, Mr. Bridge, and I started I started rumors saying, oh god, that blasted my
What?
ear. The notification. I started a rumor that the water leaking from the air conditioning was sewage, and
That's nice.
I don't know if you remember this,
I
but
do
it
not remember
was
this at all.
everyone used to freak out when water used to drop on them. It wasn't really sewage,
Yeah.
but I got a lot of
Okay.
laughs out of that one.
Real quick, because I just saw this thing on the news pop up. Because do you remember when Trump got Trump's inauguration? He was actually having trouble about finding people to perform.
Yeah.
Also, side note on the idea that that's a thing, that there's performers for an inauguration. It's a little weird.
What?
For a presidential inauguration, there's like singer performances.
No, I know, but like, why is that real?
I know that's a weird thing to me.
Yeah.
It is. This is government. This is government election. This is government elected official, and this is a whole like election process. And somehow we're like, you know what would help this? A musical performance,
You know what I imagine?
because only in America.
You know what I'd imagine?
Yes.
Just two guys living in a room, and they're living from up and down. And
Yeah.
the guy down, so he goes, Bob, we got to go to the inauguration again. They call us this year too. He's like, again? They couldn't hire real professional ones? No, we're going.
No, but because it is Biden, and so an initial list. It looks like. So apparently, actor Tom Hanks, who became the first major celebrity to announce he had contracted the novel coronavirus last March, will host the special.
Oh yeah.
The already pronounced performers, because there will be more.
Did you see his son?
I did not. Give me a second though. Is rock icon John Bon Jovi. All right. Musician and / actor Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
Pop singer Demi Lovato and singer songwriter Aunt Clemens.
Okay.
And there should be more to come. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm already psyched just on John Bon Jovi, and Tom Hanks is narrating, or is that sorry, not narrating, hosting.
Okay.
I mean, that's up there with having Morgan Freeman host. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
No, it's you're right. You're right.
Also, can we talk about the
What?
sheer just amazingness of having Tom Hanks and Morgan Freeman host to narrate anything together?
Morgan Freeman's kind of dropped out the radar for me. He's
I-
way overused, and I think he's getting tired of it too.
I get that, and I think at this point it's not the new stuff. I think really you should go back and see what he's done.
Yeah, like I remember he narrated.
I understand that though. It's become a lot.
Yeah, like remember the movie Lucy,
Yes.
where like she gets like a weird drug that made out of like women's, like after they pregnate or they get pregnant, and it releases a chemical, and they made the drug out of that.
Yeah, like
And she
it
gets,
like
like,
supposedly
super-
allows her to use more of her brain power.
Yeah, by the way, which is not true. We use like 80% of our brain throughout the day, and
Yeah, I
whatever
think it
that
has to do
movie
with
is
like actually how
garbage.
much of our brain we used for.
Yeah, so apparently in
other
that
things.
movie, you use like 20% of our brain, which is garbage knowledge.
Yeah,
Because if you use 20% of the brain, we would be paralyzed in our seats, maybe just operating our heart.
yeah,
But in that movie, he like after the post tour, he like talked about how he hated narrating that movie because like the only part he hated was first of all that he had to narrate. Secondly, that they would have to do multiple takes.
yeah.
And he would have to keep repeating the same shit over and over again.
I don't think I want him narrating anymore. I'd rather see him as an actor.
He did a movie recently with what the bunch of old people. What the hell is his name?
Going in style.
I don't
Something
remember
like
his
that.
name.
It was like him, a bunch of like old guys being robbers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. I didn't see that.
It was
but I
going
wanna
out
see
in. I think it was like going out in style.
Yeah,
It wasn't that bad a movie. It was definitely like a cheesy comedy, though.
I love cheesy comedies.
Yeah.
Like so right now my lead movie that I liked so far, that
For
I
him
think
or in general?
no, just general that you should check out, is this movie called what the hell is it called? I keep forgetting names of the movies. Hold on. It gets Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston,
Okay.
the guy from
It was Going in Style. That was the name of the movie.
yep, the movie Upside. And I'll tell you about the general outline of what the movie covers, but
I
it's
saw this.
what the Upside.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
It is,
It's
actually.
comedic. It's sad. It
You know
touches
what
the heart.
I love about this movie? It's Kevin Hart
Yeah,
in a way we don't see him.
yeah,
It's the way I want to see Jack Black.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the
Because they're both, like, really funny people.
but
But they're great actors in those moments where they, like, seriously hit you with them, like, the real shit.
yeah,
And they don't get enough of that. I get, like, wanting to do comedy, and that's good, and that's quality. But they fit so well into these serious roles.
yeah, and they don't get that.
Right. And
And look, I'm talking.
I
this is
know
my-
Jack Black has a choice. Like, he doesn't like doing serious stuff. And he has this whole thing that, because he's done a serious movie or two, and his whole issue is when you do a serious movie, when they say cut, the set is still serious. And
he
he
can't-
that's not him.
yeah, he's
He,
comedic.
like, if the sets were still like, hey, let's be funny after,
yeah,
that'd be fine. But there's this, like, I guess whatever he did, maybe it was a bit kind of
It's
a
like,
lot where it was just everything was so serious. He's like,
it's like Ricky Gervais.
it's like,
you
I
know?
can't be myself. I can't be funny after we hit cut, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Ricky Gervais. Like,
Yeah.
once everyone says cut, he just starts laughing because that's him.
Yeah. But they do such a good job of these, like, good, solid, emotional bits. And I would love to be able to get to the point of do a film with them like that, but still keep it lighthearted enough for them to actually want to be on set afterwards.
Here's my message to all the directors ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
If you're ever, having a comedian do a movie or casting a comedian, don't just have them for the comedic role.
Yeah,
Like, that defeats the purpose of what they really could do.
true. Plus,
Like, comedians aren't just comedians. They're also, they're putting up an act.
Yeah.
And that act takes a lot of balls to do. So,
most comedians have lived more of, like, an extensive or traumatic life in a sense.
yeah.
And there tends to be a lot to them. They can do more than comedy to a sense. You know?
Apologies, everyone. I'm adjusting my mic because my levels are reading a little too high, so I just want to blast everyone's ears. I'm hitting the yellow, basically.
Okay, yeah.
So I just want to adjust it. But I don't know. That movie touched. Okay, the main reasons that movie touched my heart, which
Yeah.
if people haven't seen, I'll explain the general without spoiling it, the general plot of the movie. So basically, Kevin Hart is a guy who just got out of prison and he's looking for work. And this guy who's paralyzed from neck down, the only thing who can move is his mouth, and some of his head, and he needs what were they calling the movie? Do you remember
What?
what Kevin Hart takes the
don't
job
remember.
of?
Caretaker.
A caretaker or I forget the name. Let's look it up. It's got the Life Auxiliary. It's called Life Auxiliary. So if you don't want to caretaker, and a general job of Life Auxiliary is to basically do everything for the person. So you got to change catheters and wipe him up when he poops, after he poops.
Yeah.
Make coffee, feed him, move him. He's got a
Yeah.
wheelchair, and the movie's about Kevin Hart, who's a man from prison,
Yeah.
really finding himself
Yeah.
using the character portrayed by Bryan Cranston, who has lost his wife and who is now, basically just mega depressed and trying to live his life, and he doesn't want to anymore.
Yeah.
And so the movie is about relationship between these two people. This is a true story, by the way. This is a real story that happened between. Let me look this up.
Okay.
I want to do this movie justice because not a lot of people
Saw it.
give it a credit.
That's true.
It was something that was camoed between other heavy movies, AAA movies.
Yeah.
It never really
A
saw.
lot of movies don't get a proper debut
Yeah,
going up against big headliners.
yeah.
What Well, he looks it up. One of my favorite movies that ever came out, and a lot of people's favorite from Disney that actually they basically sabotaged in box office was Treasure Planet, which is this amazing Disney film adaptation of Treasure Island, but done in space. And it's this amazing quality movie. The writing's on point, the story, the growth of the characters, everything is just beautiful. And yet Disney there's a whole big backstory to this, which we can't work on the time to go into. But Disney released at the same time as what was it? I think it was like Star Wars Episode 3.
Yep.
And Santa Claus 2, with the Tim Allen movie.
Yep.
And it just tanked in box office because it didn't have a big enough name or rep.
But it's a good movie.
But it's this amazing, quality film.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Which I think they should do another debut for. But
yeah, that's the thing.
If you don't know what we're talking about, some movies, if they don't get enough attraction, if they're a bit blocked by these AAA films, that what the hell is that movie with Chipmunks? The Chipmunks.
The Chipmunk movie.
The Chipmunks 2 that came out at the same time with the Star Wars movie
or whatever. Yeah.
What?
The Squeakquel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it came out at the same time as a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And it was completely messed. So what a lot of people, what Chipmunks didn't do, but a lot of movie directors do, is they ask for more money to do a second debut, where they re-release it again, saying first time wasn't quite a success, but if you really want, we want to do it justice, and here's the second debut, and they put it out in theaters again.
Yeah, because one of the things I know about the Treasure Planet movie is the guys that want to do it actually want to do it years earlier, but the president, whoever their guy was above them, they want to go to, the guy was like, okay, I don't really want to do this, but make me 4 more movies or something like that, and then we'll get to it. And by the time they did all those movies, the person who was in that chair was replaced a few times. And they're like, all right, fine, they finally did it. And then again, it just tanked in box office because they, the poor timing of the release.
Okay.
But
no, I get it. It was. I think I saw it in an article. It's listed as the failed Disney movies. It's on one of the failed Disney, but it's not a fail. It's a fantastic, heart-touching movie.
On that note, these hidden gems Disney has are what should be which is what they should use for their live action.
Yeah.
You can't go to things like Beauty and the Beast, all this other stuff. No. Treasure Planet, Atlantis, El Dorado.
Okay, Atlantis is a semi-big movie. So let's give it a break.
Still, El Dorado. These are the kind of films that adapt well to live action. Not Lion King, which isn't actually live action, but whatever. These are the films that would do well with a Disney-sized budget to be live action.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be really good, by the way. A Treasure Planet, live action movie.
But I'd be so concerned they'd ruin it.
What if
they would.
What if they create a phrase-to-phrase, shot-per-shot movie? Remade it, basically, but live action.
Maybe. I feel like I'd want a little more to it, but still.
If it had
I feel like they'd get off track. They'd try to change something that doesn't need to be changed.
What if it had Marvel type and CGI?
I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
Because what is it? They added more background to Beauty and the Beast that was unnecessary. That changed things. For whatever reason in that movie, and this is a particular issue of mine, everyone for that film knows the ballroom scene.
Yeah.
It's this amazing shot that they did in the animation of the way the camera comes down. And the fact that they didn't recreate that in live action feels so missed.
Yeah.
It is the biggest iconic part of that movie. It was used in all the original trailers.
Yeah.
And yet, they just dropped it.
It's like if they remade Contact, the movie, but they didn't do that long mirror shot.
Yeah.
By the way, if you people don't know what we're talking about, so in Contact, there's this long shot that goes from that shows Jodie Foster running from downstairs to upstairs to the bathroom. But when you actually when the camera gets to the bathroom, you realize that it's all focused in a mirror.
Yeah.
And then you zoom on, you see the real Jodie Foster come in, open the mirror cabinet to find whatever. I don't want to spoil it too much, but those are the shots that kind of make it an iconic movie. And I do agree with you, Nick, that if they remade it, they would kind of ruin it a little bit. if people wondering what all the noise is, I'm trying to adjust my headset. I have long hair now. I'm trying to grow it out, and it gets really annoying when my ears get oily and my hair gets into my
Yeah.
ears.
Yes. If there's any noise coming in on my hand, it's I keep turning my head, and
You're
my
feeling with the
cord
wire.
keeps. No, I am right now, but like every time I move, I can hear it.
This affects post. I'm gonna kill you. Because I,
You couldn't kill me.
metaphorically,
Maybe.
in your dreams, I'll come out.
I don't dream.
Oh my god. Okay,
I have nightmares and disturbing thoughts. That's it.
I'll be back. As Terminator
Don't
went.
threaten me.
I did it. That's a sign.
You just did. You said you'd be back. That's a threat.
Not from Terminator's point of view.
Spend 20 minutes with this man. If he says he'll be back, that is a threat. I promise you.
Okay. The movie Upside. It's about real people named Phil Lacasse, who's multimillionaire.
Yeah.
And Del Scott, who is now a pretty famous, successful man. I actually don't know where they are, but at the time when the movie ended, and after the movie, in their real lives, after this whole relationship took place,
Yeah.
Phil Lacasse, I think, ended up in a relationship, and Del Scott became founder of a massive company that makes wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So, good for them.
Yes.
And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the going in style actors, which we're coming back to. It's Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
I like to say that in British.
Okay.
And Alan Arkin.
All right.
Alan Arkin.
Oh, I just found this link from Los Angeles Times on the news.
Hold up. We never talked about Tom Hanks' kids.
Can we get to that in a minute?
No. We got to talk about it
Okay.
first. This is important.
Tell me what is so important about Mr. Hanks' kids.
You know he has 3 kids, right?
No, but I do now.
Okay, so you know the Colin Hanks, the famous Colin Hanks. He's been in multiple movies. He looks like him.
Sure.
Okay, I'll send you a photo.
I can look it up.
Look it up. Look up Colin Hanks.
All right.
Right? He looks like him. He's a pretty famous actor. He's been in a lot of good movies.
Wait, this guy? That's
Colin Hanks, yeah. He's he even looks like him. How could you not know him? He dresses up as the young Mr. Rogers, and then the older Mr. Rogers is Tom Hanks.
Huh.
They look very much alike. It's like Tom Hanks had sex with himself, and he gave birth to himself,
okay.
basically. Then there's Truman Hanks, who I don't think he's done many movies. I could be generally wrong.
Okay. Wait, so let's see. He's done Jumanji, Orange County. Oh, he was in my favorite King Kong adaptation.
Yeah.
It's okay. For the record, my favorite King Kong adaptation is the 2005 one with Jack Black.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have issue with it. I love it. I don't care.
That's a good movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Let's see. Untraceable. The House Bunny, Vacation, My Mom's New Boyfriend.
He's in a lot of good movies.
Parkland, High School, Elvis and Nixon, so on.
So Truman Hanks, he's the second son.
Yeah.
Like the second son I'm naming.
Of course.
He was in the Cloverfield Paradox, the Netflix movie. I don't know if you saw it. People saw it. It's the space station Cloverfield movie. And he's in Black Widow. That's coming out soon.
Oh. Wait, they made a Cloverfield in space?
Yeah, it's called there's 3 Cloverfield movies now. And I'm very excited for them to release more because then I get to know about the universe.
I know two of them. I know there's the one that takes place in the bunker,
Yep.
which I've seen. I know there's the one that's entirely shot.
Film footage. That's the camcorder
I
footage.
can't watch it.
It's
I've
very
tried.
cringy.
It's so bad. I haven't gotten more than 10 minutes in.
I've seen the whole thing. It's super cringy.
I can't watch
It's
it.
got
It's so bad quality.
It's got Zoe Deschanel in it.
Okay, no, I
Deschanel?
don't care.
How do you say her name?
And you said like the third
Sorry,
one's on
Zoe.
Netflix now?
And the third one's on Netflix. It's been for a while.
That might be worth a watch.
It's good. It's really good.
Okay.
It's a fantastic movie.
Okay.
It's worth watching, considering it has a lot of gross stuff you like. Like at one point, this is
Okay.
this is in the trailer. This is in the trailer. I wouldn't tell if it wasn't in the trailer.
What do you mean gross stuff I would like? Okay.
If a man's body breaks apart and there's worms inside it, like
Why
in
do you
his
think
face.
that's something I'd like?
I don't know. You like gross stuff? You like gore stuff
I
all the
didn't say I
time?
like it gore stuff.
You
I
like
said
Saw, all 7 movies. You telling me
I
you
like
don't like
Saw because I enjoy watching it. But as gore stuff goes, gore doesn't get to me.
Okay,
Like most horror movies, I'm not good with.
it's entertaining, disgusting.
Because like the gore stuff is entertaining to me, but it doesn't get to me. The psychological thrillers have never given me any pause.
Okay.
The supernatural ones, maybe a jump scare or two, but I'm not like a.
It's not scared. It's just
No.
comedic fun.
No, I get that, but I have no like spiritual sense to me, so most of them don't do anything. I want to see the new Nun, like the movie that came out with a
Oh
friend.
yeah, that was a little scary. Hi.
My friend is spending the entire time gripping my arm, like scared.
I'm probably that
shitless.
guy.
And I'm just there laughing, making jokes about it. I'm watching a horror movie, and I'm just cracking up.
The most scary horror movie I've seen was in The Conjuring. I've seen all 2.
Yeah.
Is it 3 now? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But what's that movie that this character kidnaps kids and has them kill their families?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I just can't do horror movies that well. I do like It. It is good. And the second one. Those aren't bad. I don't know. I've never done horror movies. You know what horror movies scare me? The ones that aren't horror movies. As a kid, what scared me was The Grinch, E.T., and Wallace and Gromit's The Were-Rabbit.
How the freak that scare you?
It just did. For a month, I was...
E.T.?
Yes, and the Jim Carrey's The Grinch
Okay.
is terrifying to a child. Oh, and Dobby from Harry Potter.
No.
As a kid, Dobby
Not
scared me.
Dobby's so good. I love Dobby. It's just a funny character.
Oh, now I love him.
Yeah, he's just a funky
I
character.
know.
Oh,
Master's
the Sinister.
giving Dobby a sock. Dobby is
Is
free.
it the Sinister? Yeah, it's the Sinister.
Yeah.
So look it up. Look up Sinister.
Okay.
Give it a quick look. We're on Google, guys. This happens all the time. Just do it on your computer. You're looking on my phone.
I was gonna look it up on Netflix if it's there.
No. What are you gonna watch it now live? We're
Yes.
watching a movie live, everybody.
We should do live movie reactions. Why not?
Maybe we get DMCA striked instantly.
Not if we do it right on YouTube.
Okay,
If we're constantly
yeah.
cutting in, we can. It counts as I forget, but I know it's legal.
YouTube's a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it on Twitch, you get DMCA'd instantly
Do
considering
it
their new
on
policy.
YouTube then.
Okay, so in Sinister, that's the only movie that scared me because the whole ideology was nice, but the whole time in the movie, if you watch it, you can see Sinister watching the kids who has been chosen. He's constantly watching. He's sometimes in the wall, the mirror. He's in the shadows.
Okay.
He's always there.
Yeah. One of the best movies I saw that did horror really well was I forget the name of it. It was Bigfoot, not Bigfoot, like Abominable Snowman or something. Mm-hmm. This basically this guy's a paraplegic, or no, he was in a car accident or something.
Okay.
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's doing his recovery in a cabin in the woods. Next door, there's like teens that show up or whatever.
Okay.
And the monster eventually starts showing up, taking people, whatever. But the one reason this movie manages to be scary at times is because they follow a very simple rule.
Okay.
People fear what they don't know.
Yeah.
So for the entire film, and right up until not until you get to the very end, and even then it's very minimal, you never see the monster.
Okay.
You'll see him staring at someone.
Yeah.
You see a claw for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You see, the one time you see his face before the end of the film
Yeah.
is literally he shows up in a window,
Yeah.
and it's for barely any time at all because
Tenth of a second.
the window just fogs up the moment you see his face.
Okay.
Of him looking, and it's that little bit of just we fear we don't know. You see so little of him, it's scary.
Okay.
It's a good movie. In comparison to the time, I'd watched another similar related movie of a football team goes down in the Alps,
Okay.
and there's abominable It's weird because one of them did not feature snow. It was called Abominable Snowman, I think. The other one was called Bigfoot and featured snow.
Okay.
Because in that movie, though, you see the monster head to toe, full on, good lighting in the first 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't understand that, but that's the case.
Okay.
But that idea of show less what we don't know is fearful. What scares us? It works in film. It's what they did in the original Jaws. Also in part because they had difficulty showing the whole thing, but
Yeah.
you know,
Jaws was a very amazing shoot. I mean, it
Yeah.
was so clever.
it was. Jaws is obviously as a
John
filmmaker is
Carpenter, right?
constantly talked about a lot.
John Carpenter who built it?
I think so. Yeah.
Citations. You looking it up? Okay, I'm not gonna look it up then.
All right. No, Jaws was Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. Good director. Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
With those movies, it goes along with who should be mentioned always is
What? Who?
what was it? John
Who is the
Williams,
guy?
I believe. Yeah.
Who?
John Williams,
Oh, he's great.
who composes most of the score for a lot of major films. Jaws, Jurassic Park, E.T., Star Wars.
Keep going. A lot more.
I know there's more. Indiana Jones. Basically, some of the most major films in history, John Williams has composed for.
I got it. I'm on his wiki. He's an old man now, but he's done some great work. Superman, E.T., Home Alone, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List,
Yep.
famous.
Close Encounters,
of Third
Saving
Kind.
Private Ryan,
Yes.
Harry Potter,
Gilligan's Island.
Fiddler on the Roof, Catch Me If You Can. That's a good movie.
That's a fantastic movie.
Sugarland Express, Empire of the Sun,
Never seen that.
Hook, The Poseidon Adventure.
I have seen that. It's
Yeah,
good.
War Horse. This has turned into a film episode. Oh, The Adventures of Tintin. I didn't know that. Let's see. The BFG, Lincoln, The Post. The Post was a good movie. Definitely worth a watch. Minority Report. Wow,
He's
yeah.
done a lot. Dude, we can be going this for
Oh.
ages. Like,
But also, like, a lot of my favorite movies appear in this listing. Tom Hanks, one of his really good movies is The Terminal.
yes!
Tom Hanks plays an immigrant who
I
comes to
own it.
America
I own
in
it.
search of what was it?
A jazz guy's autograph to complete his father's
Thank you. Spoilers alert, you asshole.
I don't care.
I was gonna say completes his or finishes his father's life goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because
I'll cut
for,
it out. Okay, so if
yeah.
there is a
what?
if there's a cut in the middle to explain everybody,
yeah.
I just spoil the movie. I'll cut it out.
All right. Basically, Tom Hanks ends up stuck at the airport because his country is in war, and so technically he can't go home, but he can't enter the U.S.
So he's stuck on the terminal.
Yeah.
But no man's
so
land.
he's stuck at the I almost said hospital at the airport.
Yeah, he's stuck in the hospital.
Yeah. But it's a very well done movie, and it proves that Tom Hanks he's a phenomenal actor.
Speaking of Tom Hanks, let's talk about his last son, which
Yes.
no one expected to do anything about.
Okay.
His name is Chet Hanks. Look him
You
up.
said Chet?
Chet Hanks. Chet. I'm not kidding. I am surprised that he's even his son.
Wow.
I don't know, but
Okay.
like, I have barely ever seen him outside of that
Oh
red
wow,
market.
he is.
He's just fully tatted. He's got a Illuminati on his chest.
Okay.
What does he talk like?
I just want to
Jamaican.
yeah.
He's a Jamaican
I
speaker.
just kind of want to say he's kind of gotten the short stick when it comes to his movies. Don't get me wrong. There's I haven't seen some of these.
He's
Actually,
a Jamaican rapper, dude. Okay.
All
He's
right.
a Jamaican rapper.
So one from 2020 is called Greyhound. I have not seen, but he looks like he was in the new Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, he was in Project X.
That
I don't know
Chow
Larry
movie.
Crown. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. That's questionable because a lot of people don't like it, but it's there. He was in the Bratz movie, as well as two others which I don't have ever never heard of: Shock Trooper and If I Can't Have You.
Who the hell is
So-
Jimmy Grimm? Who's that? So he played.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Grimm is a character that Chet Hanks played in Fantastic Four, the new one,
Yeah.
not the old one, not with Jessica Alba, the one with the what's her name? She's in House of Cards.
I don't know.
The lady who he has affair with. What's his name? God damn
What are you saying?
it. The hold on.
No idea what you're talking about at this point, man.
The how in the House of Cards, the very like first episode, like what's his name? The
Kevin
main character,
Spacey?
Kevin Spacey, has
Yeah.
an affair with like a girl.
Yeah, the
And
reporter.
what? Yeah, the reporter. Yeah, and she's the girl.
I don't know if that's not the very first episode. That's the first season.
Kara.
First episode, he
Kate
kills
Mara.
a dog.
What?
First episode, he kills a dog
Yeah,
in the
that
first
too.
5 minutes.
Kate Mara, and she's in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But anywho, Chet.
Yes.
He's
Chet.
a Jamaican rapper.
Interesting.
I have before the COVID thing, I have never heard about him, never seen him. And
Why have you heard of him now?
Because he made a video about it, like a response video, and he was the only son to talk about it.
Okay.
About he made a video that his mom and dad are fine, and they're recovering
Yeah.
nicely. That's the video he made,
Okay.
and the people now apparently know him for that.
Interesting.
I have a strong feeling
Yeah.
that Tom Hanks is slightly disappointed by his son Chet, because I have never seen him at any red carpet or in news media or anything ever.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think he has to be, and sometimes you just have other stuff going on. And Tom Hanks.
Okay. No.
What?
No. Okay. Angela Jolie's kids or Tom Brady, they're both kids, like adoptive kids.
Yeah.
Everyone knows them, right?
Yeah.
Like most people who are real fans knows them by names,
Yeah.
right? Tom Cruise's kid, they have a name. People
Yeah.
know they have a kid in their name. No one even knew that Tom Hanks had a third kid.
Okay, here's the thing. Think about this, though.
It's,
What if
it's like that Trump's daughter? Like that Trump has a secret daughter who's like a little bit on the chubby side. He never talks
Tiffany?
about him. What?
Is it Tiffany Trump?
Yeah.
Well, look at it this way. What if Trump's third kid wasn't the Jamaican rapper or Peter Films? What if he was just a normal guy and he worked at I don't know, just had a regular job?
People probably would talk about him.
Alright.
Who? Okay. First of all, no celebrity has a kid and just keeps it a secret. If they have a
I don't think
kid,
he keeps it as...
the world knows about it and they know it forever. It's almost like people didn't know he existed before this. I'm sure like people knew about his existence, but it's almost like not a lot of people have heard about Chet before like this.
Well, it doesn't seem like he has a lot of reason to be in the news.
He's a rapper. He's a Jamaican rapper.
Yes, and so the news here doesn't seem like he'd have a lot of reason to talk about him, potentially. Okay, now then, just because we're talking about Tom Hanks...
Trust me, if Angela Jolie's kid becomes a Jamaican rapper, people will pick up real quick.
Okay. All right, real quick.
Or maybe I'm just not connected with the news, and
Probably.
I just don't know about too much of media, I guess.
That's fair.
It's
Not
another
everyone's
reason.
kids make the news as much.
No, it's not even that. I think maybe it's just I haven't kept up with news.
Probably
in my
not.
years.
Although I didn't keep it.
And I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Although
probably
I don't
in the
really
news
keep track about actors and celebrity news because I don't really care that much.
until this point because we have to now. It's our job.
For this podcast, sure. Not that this is important and we don't really need to, but I feel like going through this as we had searched Tom Hanks and this article came up. Top 10 Tom Hanks movies, right?
Hold on. We'll save it. We'll save it for after.
It takes 2 seconds.
We gotta. Okay, fine. Do
Yeah,
it.
Tom.
We gotta take a break though.
So, starting off the list, we have Terminal, which we talked about. Bridge of Spies,
Okay.
Philadelphia,
Yes.
The Quality Toy Story. When you think about it, Tom Hanks is one of those actors, I mean, there are others.
4 of them.
That's really well noticeable, that you grow up with. He has movies that from a young age to like grown up, you hear his voice. Also, interestingly enough, Samuel L. Jackson is like that too.
Yep.
Because he's not always saying motherfucker. All right. All right. I'm actually...
you gotta say it right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like motherfucker.
Yeah. Also, we have Catch Me If You Can,
Yeah.
Big, Castaway. Okay, seriously. Find the time. Put your phone away. Put your devices away. Watch Castaway.
It's kind of on
Good
the boring
chance.
side.
What?
It's kind of on the boring side for me.
It is, but it's one of those things.
You gotta like really
Yeah.
focus into.
Right, you're gonna be in the mood. You focus on them, but I promise you, good chance you watch Castaway, no distractions, get into it. You'll cry. You will. You will be screaming for Wilson. Good
Okay, I
chance.
screamed for Wilson, but I didn't cry. I was like, he made
You
it.
may.
Good.
You'd be. It can be emotional. I'm just telling you.
little bit,
Yeah.
but I didn't cry full on. Not
Oh
like
yeah, no, like, not full on, but
not like
still.
Mandalorian. I mean,
Okay, well, all right. Well,
I
I
didn't
just
give
gave him a
anything away,
look.
but
Apollo 13, very good quality movie. Saving Private Ryan,
fa- one of the best.
yes,
One of the best war movies.
and of course,
It's right under the new World War II movie that came out. That has the time stuff going on.
time stuff.
It's like it's out of sync, and then by the end of the movie, everything sinks in.
Tenant.
No. That's a time warp movie.
What are you talking about?
It's a World War II movie where it's like there's people in the boats, there's people in the land, and then there's people in the sky.
I have no idea.
How have you not seen this?
I haven't. His number one movie, of course, is Forrest Gump.
It's a Nolan North movie or whatever. No, it's not North. Oh, God, it's one of the North brothers. God damn it! Let's look it up. I own this movie.
What is it?
What do you mean? What is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a World War II movie.
That doesn't help.
Dunkirk.
You did not explain that well at all.
What other movie has time out of sync and they sync in when the movie ends? That's the only movie their time is out of sync from the beginning of the movie.
There are so many better ways to describe what is going on in that movie than to tell me it's out of sync, then it's in sync. That's not memorable. Tell me that a bunch of soldiers are at the very last stand they can make, are trying to get on a boat to escape the enemy, and are being shot to death on a beach. Tell me citizens are crossing the English Channel to come save them on boats. That explains Dunkirk. Not it's out of sync, then it's in sync.
I was on the spot, my dude. You got to give me a little leeway here. I was on the spot.
That's what you go to?
I go to the most main thing I remember from a movie.
Yeah.
And so for the ET, it's bicycle flying. And if it's...
That's memorable.
Like, if you're watching Wall-E, then the most memorable thing I have is a box droid. That's it. Like, there's so many memorable things in that movie, but if my first thing I click to it, it's a box robot. Right? That's
okay.
it. I can't help it.
Take more than, 2 seconds to come up with a description of your movie before you tell me about it.
Okay.
That's like, somebody, I think it might have been you or Eric, or someone at one point, was like, hey, do you remember that movie? I'm like, all right, what about it? Like, it was a guy with a thing, and I was having a bad day. I went off. Every movie has a guy with a thing, trying to do a thing. What the fuck was it about? Give me any detail. I probably know it.
Oh, God. All right, anyway, we'll be back.
I remember movies that I haven't even watched where I just read the synopsis.
Well, it's difficult when I get put on the spot.
Do you see how much talking I'm doing during this particular episode? Take an extra second.
I can't. My mind when I trip on a movie just goes. All right. Anyway, we'll be back. We're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the bathroom. Probably make a cup of coffee if we need to.
Yep.
And we'll be back, everybody.
All right.
All right. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. We're gonna do a quick cheers. We're doing cheers again.
Yes.
Nick just made a hammer point, so I can link it better.
I need to find you the gavel.
A gavel?
I do have a gavel somewhere in the house.
We do a clap nowadays. I mean, I
What's
usually...
wrong with my gavel? You against the gavel?
Yeah, you damage the table. If we do downstairs, it's fine. When we move the setup downstairs.
Oh, sure. You want to damage my other table?
It's not that relevant.
It is relevant.
What, the plastic one?
It's wood.
The one you gave me for, putting it... Oh, no, it is wood.
Oh, that's still wood. They're both wood.
They're both wood, yeah.
All three tables are wood.
That's fine.
We can clink it on the thing behind you.
We're done. We already have a hammer point.
That's true.
We don't need to keep hitting it.
Actually, this is a metal mug. I should, if I wear my ring during the podcast, I can just hit that. That's.
I used to stop wearing my ring.
Why?
Got annoying after a while.
Oh, see, I just got used to my ring, and now it feels like I get stressed when I don't wear it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly fiddling with it.
Dude.
Because I like it, and just it messes with me. Or when I'm stressed, I go to it, and then it's not there.
I fiddle with these two balls that I have, Not on me, not on me. I carry. I don't have one on me, but these are magnet balls that are usually
Oh,
like I bought them in bulk. Like it was a 6 pack or whatever.
okay.
It's same as those like rattlers you buy when you were a kid.
Yeah, the snake eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just two like balls, just from like Chinese place,
Huh.
and I just have them. Not and
Yeah.
they're so. This is really funny, but I have a powder from what the god what's the brand for the candles? The famous candle brand
Yankee.
Yankee. It's a
Candle.
powder from Yankee. It's a dry powder. Like
Oh, so they got into the cocaine business.
yeah, pretty much. And so it's like baby powder, but it's for
Oh.
gentlemen, and it's called the Gentleman. Like London, it's from the London collection they have. It's called Yankee London Gentleman Powder or whatever.
Wait a minute. So they have to go through the whole special process of making the Yankee gentleman London
This
powder.
is super old, my dude. This is like 8 to 9 years old powder. So they've been making it for a long time. I just don't. I just don't use it as much.
I just want to point out it's a lot of fanciness just to say the fact that men's inner thighs chafe, and you need baby powder for that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, men got problems
blunt
too.
about that,
I
yeah.
don't know if world's gonna be surprised by that, but men's got problem
Yeah.
too. Considering
It
we have a
probably happens
big,
to women too. It's annoying as hell.
considering that we got this like big 2 sacks and like sack ball containing
There's
props.
a lot down there.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
women got it easy. I mean, they got
Well, no,
They,
I mean-
they have a lot to deal with, including like periods and menopause and stuff like that. But they don't have to deal with this. Like this. You know what I hate? There's something that BuzzFeed did a while ago when they
Yeah.
were like, a lot of men like man spread right on trains and shit like
Oh.
that. And I'm like, it's not man spreading. I just can't sit like women do because I got shit between my legs right now. Like
Yeah.
it hurt. It's gonna, if I put my legs together, it's gonna squeeze my life out. Okay, I can't sit like you do. If women had shit between their legs, I wouldn't complain about it, and they wouldn't complain about it. But just because they don't like freaking have something, doesn't mean they have to bitch about how men like sit a little bit with the wider legs. I mean, I get it. There's like assholes out there who
Don't
like,
get me wrong. Like some men do it a lot.
yeah, some
I mean,
men just-
excessively.
they like if I do it, some men sit like this, like they're just with so much space between their legs. But
Yeah.
if someone's sitting nicely, like with just a little bit of space, just
Yeah.
taking their own chair up, you don't have to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like, and so
I think there's like rare occasions where it's a thing, and I think a few select people put it out there. It got misconstrued as being worse, and now it is this very petty thing to go after.
it's yeah,
It's so minuscule to other problems.
it's petty and it's also inconsiderate. Okay, it's
Yes.
super inconsiderate, and I hated it when BuzzFeed made a whole 20 minutes video about it that I saw.
Was it just I'm mispointing because I know they had a video of like women's
Oh,
questions for men.
No, this is gonna piss you off.
okay.
But they chose 3 to 4 women.
Yeah.
Right? They had them talk about why manspreading, according to them, bothers them,
Okay.
and they went out on trains and buses manspreading.
Did they give any reason to why it bothers them?
No, I probably
no, I mean
did.
you said they did. Like, what were they? Do you remember any?
No, I don't. But they were just not manspreading. They were just being complete assholes. Like these women were sitting with their legs up on the chairs,
Right.
and they were basically.
Yeah.
I'll show you which people I guess can look up the video,
Right.
but they were sitting like this
Yeah.
on a chair. I'm like, no one does
I
that.
would probably point out that most men who manspread or just spread their legs don't realize they do it at all.
Yeah.
It comes naturally. You just give yourself a little space. No one thinks about it when they
Look,
do that.
I'm guilty of it too,
Yeah.
right? But I do it when it's like when it's hot and it's sweaty and like it's sweaty between my thighs and I have to kind of just pull my fucking dick and balls off my thighs because it's stuck together and it's
That's
disgusting.
very vivid. Thank you for that.
What do you want me to say?
No.
Some like gentle words like my cucumber stuck to my
this
sack
is a
of two
this
balls?
is a blunt show.
Yeah,
But
it's an explicit. We say fucking shit over here. Like it's fine.
yeah. True.
People understand.
They do.
Like it's a common men problem.
It is indeed.
And if you flail the feminist flag in front of a Mansford problem, I'm gonna slap that flag in front of your face. Like, I do not care about that shit. Please.
I think there are bigger issues. There are more serious issues
Yes.
for feminists to go after.
I mean,
Yeah. Although I will say, like again, we're
not
going
gonna
off
go
way
there.
topic.
I'm not
I'd
gonna
say
go there.
that
look,
Can I add you real quick?
Yeah, go.
But I'd say the idea I think a lot of things in the just over the past few years have kind of there's been a bit of poisoning. There's been a bit of poisoning the well when it comes to the term feminist, as to what that means and like first, second, third wave feminism and all this stuff. And I think some groups or people have gotten into places where it doesn't need to go, and I think it's caused a lot of bad blood. And it creates this issue at times where people have different ideas of what that means, and people don't like using the word. Like me, I know like it takes so much explanation to use it. So when people say, "Are you a feminist?" Sometimes they'll say yes. Sometimes it's easier just to say, "I am pro equal rights for everybody."
I mean, you're probably more well read up on this than I do because
Slightly, but not by much.
I haven't read up that much about feminism, right? I know it's a movement. I don't know how
It's been going around for
detailed this movement
decades and
gets.
decades and centuries and so on.
Yep. I didn't put my damn it, I didn't put deodorant on. I stink.
Why do you need to tell me that?
Because I stink.
I don't smell you.
I smell me. It's got
When you smell you, you need a shower.
exactly.
That's just for anybody. That's a thing.
I showered earlier, but I
When
forgot-
other people smell you, that's one thing. When you can smell you, that's no
when
good.
other people smell you really need to go take a shower. But
Yes.
I just smell me right now. It's not that bad. It's because of my jacket. I put it on.
Yes.
It's sweating. Anywho,
All right. Let's get back somewhere to politics, maybe.
yeah.
So real quick. So one of the things I find this kind of cool. Los Angeles Times posted, and it's not an article. It's just photos. Security hiding the Capitol in advance of inauguration amid new impeachment push, and the photos are just kind of interesting, really, because
They're
it's
depressing, Nick.
They are depressing. It's basically the national. It's just no, seriously. All it is the National Guard, resting to sleeping on the floor of the Capitol building. Yeah, of the Capitol building. Just so one of the first picture is some political officials walking through the hallway, and then right against the wall is just them. Is just National Guard sleeping. It actually reminds me of a picture of homeless people in an
Yes.
alleyway.
Yeah. If you want to see this more, go check out our YouTube channel. We'll put
Yes,
these in
we'll
the YouTube
post
video.
the photos.
Yeah.
Looks like massive amounts of them in the visitor center. Boxes of rations. I'm
It's-
assuming it is.
It's like going
out.
at an international airport and having multiple flights delayed and people don't know where
Yeah.
to go, so they just sleep all over the terminal.
Yes.
It's like that. Like,
Oh, it is. Really is. Another picture of them sleeping in a stairwell. I have to say, the National Guard, military groups in general, definitely one up the Boy Scouts in we can sleep anywhere under any conditions. Yeah,
I am
it's
more upset
it's
that
a lot.
I'm more upset that we talked about this in the break, but I'm more upset that this is how U.S. government takes care of their National Guards.
Well, this I think to a degree is just kind of again I'm not 100% sure. It's just kind of a thing that the military sleeps or rests wherever they can because one way or another, this is where they're stationed and this is where they need to stay should anything go down.
Yeah, but it's not about like staying wherever you can. I mean, if you call like 200, 300 soldiers,
So,
maybe
is your idea that there should be tents set up right outside?
no. There's something
Or
called
that
temporary
should
beds.
something go wrong, they should call up a hotel. Or call
No, there's something called temporary beds. You know
Cots,
how,
yeah, I know.
we have camp chairs. They have these
cots.
foldable cots. Yeah,
Yeah.
and just
and you feel like there should be things about things all over the place.
they're the U.S. government. You telling me if they
There
wanted
could be
300
that. We're
cots?
just not seeing that in these particular photos.
Like you were telling me that if the U.S. government wanted 300 cots in their base main grounds, they couldn't have 300 cots in there in like 20 minutes. Like they are the government of U.S. If they wanted, Al Qaeda did
Yeah.
launch the army. They could have done it quickly,
All right. Yeah.
right? Like that's what I'm
Well,
saying. That's the power in being.
but so just do a regular Google search for more stuff. Actually, a lot of this is
It's just
not
heartbreaking.
is off
They're
topic.
just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
They're not even like they're using walls and just stairways to rest and sit.
Yes, they are.
Cushions, maybe inflatables. Guys, who dropped the ball
Most of them
over
are just
here?
using their packs, really, just as a pillow,
Like
and that's
these
kind
are
of all you
men
need.
and women who serve our country, and they not
But
only serve, but they came here on a drop of a hat to protect you from the goddamn Trump supporters.
there's got to be a level to which I think this is just how they operate, which again you are so pleased about. I have found a picture just on regular Google search. Looks like political officials or just whoever works there handing out pizzas.
Let me see it.
Yeah,
Thanks for delivering 5 boxes of pizza for
there's some
400,
more.
500 soldiers.
There's more pizza boxes in that photo. You didn't see them all,
They need
and
to
I'm
be
sure
better
there's
catered.
more other places. Okay, real quick in this Google search, I just want to point out there's a random picture of Cardi B that showed up.
Okay. Just random photo of Cardi B. Okay, so
I mean, there's obviously she talks about something
this
to an article, but yeah,
this was published 6 days ago.
yeah.
Updated 5, so we're probably late to this. But now they've erected a non-scalable fence around the Capitol.
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a pretty tall black fence,
yeah.
easily broken down. Honestly, I'm telling you, like 200 people piled
Well, they're
against
just
that.
trying to make it sure so large crowds can't get through at a time. But it looks like a substantial.
You see my face right
looking
now?
Fence.
You see my
I
face?
see your face.
You telling me that fence is gonna hold? I'll post a picture, but you telling me
I don't know. I see the fence.
it's garbage
Okay, I don't know.
against protecting the
It's a non.
Capitol,
I don't know. They say non-scalable fence. I don't know what that means.
bro.
Maybe it's electrified. I don't know.
Erect a real fence that's grounded. Put that shit into the ground.
Grounded and so I don't know, man.
Put some spikes
We
on the top.
will see and hope for the best come January 20th. As
Like,
well, hoping for the best for
I-
all state capitals.
I want to say I get it. Okay, it's the Capitol. It needs to look presentable. Representable.
Presentable. I think it's more than that. They put up a fence and they. I don't think it's going to knock down as easily as you think it is, despite looks.
And I get it. Like it's the Capitol. It needs to look nice. It can't. You can't represent our country with iron spikes and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I 100% tell you, if you need to erect temporary fences, there's better ways. You know, like the last time we had a ground spike idea.
Yeah.
If spikes came out of the ground as the crowds approached, good luck
Yeah.
getting past that, chumps. And I'm pretty sure if you electrify that, that's going to be a bunch of lawsuits. So they can't electrify that. It's just interesting to see. Oh, gee. I don't know. Have you seen that video that was circulating on Twitter recently?
No.
So there's a Twitter video where a mother is basically complaining to the entire world that we live in a society where we basically supposed to work in a society where a mother can't provide for a mother and a father team together can't basically buy insulin for their
Yeah.
kid who has diabetes. And she goes on to explain how she basically has to buy $1,000 worth of insulin every week to sustain her kid, right?
Yeah.
And this is the economy we live in, where she basically couldn't get any insulin. She had to tell the kid, "I'm sorry, you can't get insulin." That's it.
As someone who has family members that are on insulin, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, maybe there should be a regulation law that limits the amount of price that medications have. You know, just a general thought, because not everyone who live in America are a bunch of millionaire assholes. You know, aka Jeff Bezos, cough cough, who sit on their wealth and kind of just. Hey, look, I'm not saying he has to give it all away. It's his money; he can do whatever he wants. But the man has been sitting on billions of dollars. Are you telling me that he's getting taxed the same amount as I am in the percentage wise? Like, he has like a line of lawyers or financial advisors who are basically doing everything they can to make as much money for him as possible.
Hmm.
Like, you telling me that he doesn't have shell companies? I'm not gonna accuse him of anything, but come on.
Yeah.
I'm just ashamed of the like the country we live in, where we're supposed to be represented as the greatest in the world. Well, a mother can't pay for her insulin.
True.
Like, what's going on?
There's a lot of issues for our country, and
Maybe we shouldn't just be called the greatest country in the world. We should be called Americas. That's it. Period. Just United States, not the United States. That D gives, adds a power to the statement.
not really.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I mean, if you say, we got,
United States. We are multiple. You're talking about the United States.
no, if you, probably, yeah.
It wouldn't be, say, I don't know. Our town. People of Massachusetts. It says the people of Massachusetts.
Okay, I see what you're
You
saying.
see? It's
Yeah.
not power, it's just it's just a word. It's proper grammar. I don't think many people view us as the greatest country in the world. Don't get me wrong, like there's like good things about America. I'm happy to be here for the most part. The term great is subjective, so it depends on your standards.
A person who comes here from a third world country, right? To them, it's a great America. To
Yeah.
me, who's lived here for almost a decade now,
Yeah.
doesn't think it's so great anymore, considering realizing all the struggles that the American citizens have to face in their daily lives.
There's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thinking about stuff about this
And
fence.
anyone listening, we don't have any proper professional certification to talk about any of this shit. These are just our opinions, right? They are just
I think that is well understood in how terrible our presentation is and things.
oh, trust me. Like,
But
if people will plaster this as our way we look at things, right? It's just our opinion, and
Okay.
opinion, and this is coming from people who are very, I don't know, we're just really open minded, right?
True.
Our minds are very dynamic. We're not stubborn headed, and we don't like to stick to one thing. If Trump in his last 4 years had done something good, I might have taken a side for that thing. If he'd been this hopeful, encouraging, and calming president that
mean somebody else?
what?
I mean if you were somebody else?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
then
I know
would've-
that's a dig, but still.
I would have clearly supported it, but he's
Yeah.
not, and
True.
that's my opinion.
Yes.
And our situation, our economic and political situation is the situation it is, and
Yeah.
these are opinions based on that.
Yes, they are.
If things get better, we'll change.
Right.
Anywho, let's continue.
Speaking of opinions, in the opinion of most people, apparently this wall is not held in this
Fence.
non-scalable fence is not held in high regard. I guess it's marketed as non-scalable in regards to
It's just
the way it's built, like the mesh or something is supposed to be tight. You can't get a foothold, but I don't know. It looks like maybe it's being bolted into the ground. It's hard to tell from the pictures, but I'm sure someone will bring a ladder. I don't know. They'll do full mob mentality like World War Z.
you heard
and,
of ladders?
Climb over it. Ladders. Yeah.
You know what
Bring,
that
like,
reminds
just
me of?
Bring proper stairs. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be that much. I'm just hoping nothing happens. I'm hoping the bigger turnoff for attack for doing anything is the series of armed soldiers and snipers that are meant to be there. But yeah,
Speaking
we'll
of the
see.
devil,
What?
someone brought
What?
a ladder, dude. Climbed the fence and they climbed over it. They have ladders on both sides. They just climbed over it.
Nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What a non-scalable fence that is.
Again, but also it's not a good sight when the state of things is you need to put a fence around your Capitol building for inauguration, and that's very worrisome. Maybe some barbed wire.
No, we can't do that.
Why not?
Because it's the state capital. They can't militarize it like that.
True.
It has to look. America is believe me or not, a free country.
Yeah,
So all the media that's recorded here is just seen by the world. So if
it
they start
is.
putting barbed fires and pointy fences around,
Hmm.
it's not going to send a good message to the world.
None
It's,
of this
it's
sends a good message to the world.
I mean, that raid and alone and this fencing represents how out of control um, how out of control American citizens are out
It really does.
to the government. It's just
Yeah,
that's not phrased properly, but I think you get the meaning of it, right? And
yeah.
by the way, if you're an American, I'm a lot of people are rash and make rash
Hmm.
decisions. But if you are an American, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it.
That's a general thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's mostly marketed towards Americans from this podcast, right? Because
I guess so.
not a lot of people in the world go attacking their capitals and start talking the way they do about their country. Believe me or not, when you start saying stuff out there on the internet, you're
Hmm.
not only just representing the country you're posting about, you're also representing yourself and how citizens are
True.
of a certain political side,
Yes.
Democrats, Republicans.
Hmm.
So when you start rambling on and on about attacking a set thing or bringing something out or bombing something, you're hurting your own country,
Indeed.
and it's disgraceful. And maybe I feel like maybe a message should be sent to by the president about how thoughtful we should be when communicating.
Trump or soon to be President
Biden,
Biden?
Biden, Trump.
There
No
should
one's gonna
be.
listen to Trump.
And I feel like after this, it's going to take a long time for anyone to take us seriously again, really.
Uh, I hope Biden restores that. I mean, it's
It'll
like
take time. It's not going to be an instant thing, and it's likely quite a ways away.
it's pretty much like hoping a sniper rifle is gonna save you from like 20,000 troops coming at you.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, the idea,
used properly.
hopefully, is that as you start to watch your comrades around you fall, you start to have doubts about the thing you're doing.
No, I'm saying like putting that much hope in Biden is like running into a
Oh, no.
battlefield
Oh,
with a pistol. You know, it's like it's not that reliable, but you don't know how it's gonna go. So
that is true.
yeah.
But I've gotten better with a pistol on Call
Okay,
of
we're
Duty
not
lately.
talking. No, we're not doing
I
that.
know that is a
That's a
horrible way to
video
go
game.
around that,
You're
but
telling me that you're gonna compare 360 no scopes with real life warfare?
not at all.
Have you seen that video, by the way?
No.
There's a video on YouTube where a guy does like Call of Duty things in real life, where he goes around doing 360 no scopes and
Oh, I've
stuff.
seen the PUBG videos of that.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty funny to watch.
It's like, why can't I grab this backpack while also grab the other backpack to give you and other stuff? It's weird.
It's dumb.
Yep.
Oh man. The only time I've been to Washington D.C. once,
Yes.
and
Same. Only once.
the only time I've ever seen something major go down was I think I was there at the Capitol, like the what's the building called? The main building.
Capitol building.
No, the symbol of America, the big gigantic thing, the tower,
Was it Washington Memorial?
monument.
The monument?
Yeah, and so we were at the monument crossing to go to the Lincoln Museum, right? And I remember seeing Obama giving a
Yeah.
speech, and like he hadn't started, so we just stayed at the outside fence because
Yeah.
there's fence before the president, and there's people
Of course.
by the area where there's the water, the
Hmm.
lake, the giant lake,
Yeah.
and then there was other fence, and then there's more people back there,
Right.
and we were like in the very far back, so we were just crossing,
Hmm.
and I very blatantly remember when he spoke. He said, "How's everyone doing?" It was silent.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking beforehand, and then when he started saying something,
Hmm.
everybody felt quiet.
Yeah.
That was the memorable moment for me in the Washington D.C.
Hmm.
I didn't even know he was giving a speech, but he
Yeah.
was, and we just came across it, randomly saw it. I have a very blurry photo of him. I don't even know if we have it still,
Huh.
but it was just a sight.
Yeah.
It was such a memorable sight. It was around the time when the Capitol dome was still under construction.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I'm drinking water because we ran out of coffee. We don't want to make another.
We didn't run out of coffee. You refused to make yourself a proper cup of coffee.
I don't want. I don't want to.
Then why'd you make it at all?
No,
Wasting water like that.
You're complaining about water, my dude. I was talking about coffee cups. I don't care much about water. Water's pretty ubiquitous in the society we live in.
God. Okay.
But unless we're having a drought, then you can complain about water. But
yeah,
I just don't want to make a cup because I have to. I don't know. I don't want. I want to sleep tonight.
that is true. We do want to sleep tonight, and we are out of coffee.
Yeah.
So,
oh man. Seems like we should wrap it up.
I think so.
It's almost 2 hour podcast.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit it 2, or do you want to call it?
I want to call it. We're out of coffee, and that means I'm done.
We don't have anything else to talk about.
It felt like we were going to do more politics, but we really sidetracked a lot.
I mean, we were gonna do it live as the updates rolled in, but we
and then it kind of finished up quick. We did. It finished quickly. What we should have done is obviously both not done whatever we're supposed to do today, so school and work, and just straight up recorded for the entire thing today. I actually said this morning when I saw they were going to do, have the debates and everything about impeachment. I should just stay home today and watch that. Mm-hmm. But nope, I went to work and made money, so that's good too. Okay.
That's probably better than.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Had to work late today, so overtime.
You can buy stuff now, Nick.
I know.
When you get paid.
I have coworkers that are telling me, like, why are you complaining? You made more money. I'm like, yeah, but time to spend money is good too. Or just time to relax is also good. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like... Unless you have anything else to add?
Nah, we're gonna wrap it up because there's a lot of little bits of news. I mean, okay, it's big news to some sense, but I mean, there was like a man photographed in Camp Auschwitz sweatshirt during U.S. Capitol raid. That's a pretty big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's pretty awful thing to read about, but just I think we covered a lot on the main stuff for today, and I mean the podcast didn't go as we planned, but hey, I think almost everything in life goes off plan, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I think that is just the aesthetic of this podcast at this point.
Indeed. Yes.
We just roll with what we got.
Yes, we do.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We're tired. We're going to try to relax for an hour or so.
Yeah.
Try to play some Fall Guys. I'm going to have Nick play Fall Guys.
I think you're going to have me play Fall Guys.
You're going to like it, trust me.
Sure.
We're going to call it a day because
it's
been a long day and it's been a long podcast. We got to also edit this.
That too.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Let's take a final, as we do with the end of the podcast, take a final sip. We just clanked. Nick pretends I just chugged water.
Don't tell them that.
What? It's kind of a signature thing now that you were...
Let them believe it from now on.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Or good morning.
Or whatever it is.
Yes.
We'll see ya. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.